Hello, welcome back to Did It Work? My name's Nina, and today we're going to be doing chicken and andouille hash. And this is coming from Emeril Lagasse's cookbook, Real and Rustic, off of page 142. And I have something else to show you. I got a gift. When was it? Wednesday? From one of the ladies that you guys have seen because you've seen them on my shows, the wine divas that I go out with every month, and one of them made me a gift specifically for this. It has everything on it. It's my name, and on the bottom, can you see that? Here, I'll move it. It says, "Did it work?" My show. And I didn't know what it was exactly at first, but guess what? I'm gonna show you what it does. It holds my cookbook. So now I don't have to figure out where to put my cookbook anymore, and I can just set it down and it's always up. So it's got to go over here because it's automatically going to be set up. So thank you, Avis. I really love it, and it will come in handy. Let's go ahead and get started. Here we go. First thing we're going to do is we need to heat the oven to 475. The first thing I'm going to do is start heating my pan, medium high. And we're going to put 2 tablespoons vegetable oil in here. Next, I got to season the chicken. They want me to use half of a teaspoon of salt, and it also wants me to do 1/8 of a teaspoon of the cayenne pepper. All right, so I'm going to just use my hands and mix this up, and then afterwards, I'll just wash my hands. I'm waiting for this to get hot. I love my cookbook. Like, you can see it right here. You don't ever want to put food in a cold pan. Did you know that? Let's start making this chicken. So I'm putting the chicken in here. All right. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to mix my onions and my peppers into the same bowl. And then I'm going to season these with the remaining salt, is the remaining cayenne pepper. And I'm going to just mix this around as my chicken is cooking. So we're going to set this aside until we need it. And so I'm just kind of browning this chicken. So it says we're going to cook this for about 3 to 4 minutes. So here's the andouille sausage that we had, the 4 ounces that we had cut up. And I'm going to add it. And then I'm going to let all this cook for a while. And I'm going to turn the heat up and start getting the brown on these. I love the smell of andouille sausage when it cooks, by the way. It has the most fragrant smell to it. You can smell all the spices that go into making that. It's just, oh my gosh, it's so amazingly wonderful. It's not even funny. I am going to go ahead and add the onion and bell peppers in here. And look at the colors. Guys, colorful food is what you want. And so I'm now going to make sure I get these peppers and onions cooked down. I am disappointed with the brown that I'm having, but eventually it's going to work itself out. Now I have the whole grain mustard. Now I'm going to add that in. I've never cooked with whole grain mustard, so this is all new to me right now. I'm going to mix this up pretty well. Now it wants me to add the potatoes. I'm actually got to move these aside because I want my potatoes actually on the pan. Now, put these potatoes in this cloth to absorb the moisture out of them so I don't have a whole lot of moisture. And I'm actually going to put a little bit more oil in the pan because I think there needs to be more oil in the pan. These have more of a brown color to them because I didn't put them in water. So I'm going to let these cook because I want my potatoes to kind of get brown. And I'm going to move them as much to the bottom of the pan as I can. And then I'm going to let these brown a little bit. We're going to let this cook for a little while. So what's it say? Add potatoes, brown and fold. Brown and fold. So brown, flip over, brown, flip over. And then it tells you with the back of your spoon, I have a spatula, to press down on these. And that's just to help potatoes down to the bottom to brown. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to start taking out are my eggs. That's the last thing that I'm going to do is put an egg on here. This is the container that I'm using. I'm making one right now, and the rest of them are going to go in the fridge so I can make these as I want them. Put a good amount in here. That's a good amount for me. So here we go. The last step to this is to get an egg. And I'm just cracking the egg into a container because I don't want to bust the yolk. Then from here, I'm going to just take this and I'm going to place it on top. And we're going into the oven. I'm going to cook it until it sets in the oven. When I say set, I want the whites mainly to be cooked because I still want the yolk to be runny because that's got to be kind of like a sauce to this. The book says it should take about 2 to 3 minutes for that egg to set, and we're at 475. Then I'm going to immediately eat. So let's go back over to the tasting table. Welcome to the tasting table. All right, you guys ready? Now, I cooked part of the egg a little bit too much because it started to get a little bit hard, but I was wanting to make sure the whites were cooked. So I'm okay with that because it's still going to give me the run that I want from the egg. So this is what I have. Now I'm going to bust it open, let you see it again. So that is the egg. That's the run that I wanted with the egg. Here we go. Oh my gosh. I'm mixing it up in there and my egg is done. For me, I am mixing this yolk all up in there so I can taste it all the way through. Okay, here we go, guys. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Mm. Oh my god. I got a request. What? Tasted so much better than my imagination gave it credit for. You know what? I tasted this before without the egg, and I said that I could eat it without the egg. I withdraw that statement. I don't know what this egg just did to this flavor profile, but normally I can tell you the individual flavors of everything that I'm tasting. This feels like one cohesive bite that just all blends together so well. I cannot decipher the potato from the egg, from the chicken, from the sausage because the flavor profiles just perfectly blended together that it just feels like I'm eating one thing. This is an unseasoned egg. I just put it on top. He did not ask for me to season the egg, so I didn't. So this one, I wouldn't change a thing about it. This is perfection in a little canister. So as always, love with your heart, cook with your soul. My name is Nina. Bye.